Mermaids is a massively multiplayer game that embodies the principles of the Emergent game group, which are to explore the potential for large-scale social interaction in online games. I'm Celia Pierce. I'm an associate professor at Georgia Tech, where I direct the Emergent game group and the experimental game lab. Emergent behavior is when people get together and they find different uses for the game than the designer really intended. This includes things like building things or making things in some virtual world. So for instance, Minecraft is a game where you can build things, but over time people have started using the game to make simulations of other worlds, like Myst, for instance.
For our art style, we definitely are not trying to mimic the typical photorealism that we could do. We are really trying to have more of a cartoony, posterized or watercolored pastel aesthetic. I'm Erica Pink, and I'm the current art director for Mermaids. We have a lot of creatures because it's just this really vast mermaid world. So we've got these massive kelp dragons that mermaids can, drop things on, and they transport them throughout the environment, and little helper gardener critters that just go around throughout the plants, and a mixture of benevolent and not so benevolent creatures depending on how you treat them. As art director, I try to maintain this art asset pipeline, if you will, and the quality works that are produced, it's because they are based off of the concept art, and then 3D artists, they take that and they'll use the images, bring that into Maya, model it, texture it, and if applicable, then animate it, and it continues down the pipeline.
One goal of Mermaids is to target a non-traditional gamer audience, which includes children, parents, grandparents, and females. I'm AJ Kolenk. I'm a fourth-year computational media student and first-year digital media graduate student, and I'm the lead designer of Mermaids. One of the core gameplay mechanics in Mermaids is the idea of spellcasting. The concept is that each mermaid has a spell book that contains a certain number of abilities that they can use by drawing the glyph of the spell on the screen, and this would activate the ability and they would be able to select its target. And these can produce a very large variety of effects. You can use them to pick up objects and stick them to other objects. You can use them to have fish follow you and then subsequently use them to activate the fish's powers. Like we have a fish that can explode and clear rubble out of the way.
In Mermaids is a really dynamic team that we have more than around 15 people in our team, and they came from like both undergrad and graduate students. My name is Feng Bo Li. I'm a second-year master's student from the Department of Digital Media, and I work in HL, especially on the Mermaids project as a project manager. We welcome people who have no experience but are passionate about games.
We have programmers, we have artists, we have game designers, we have writers.
We just try to create an environment where we can learn from each other. It's not your typical classroom setting, and you're able to learn from other people who are really passionate about what they do.
And majored in computational media, digital media, HCI, and computer science.
We are really trying to allow you to escape your world and really just enter the world of mermaids.